The VA has the absolute right to lower your rating. Let's get into this.
Whiskey 9 Yankee 7 November Golf, over.
Starting with P&T, because I want to address this myth head on. People always say the VA can lower a P&T rating, and they can. They have before, but it's very rare. If you are 100% P&T, as long as you stop claiming stuff to include special monthly compensations, as long as you don't go to your healthcare appointments and say that you've miraculously been healed, you have nothing to worry about. So relax. I hope that helps calm some of your anxieties. The only instance that I've seen the VA lower 100% P&T rating is when the VA made a mistake. On the news, you'll see cases of fraud, but fraud is extremely rare. Plus, they kind of get what's coming to them. Now, for everyone else who's not 100% P&T, well, it depends. First, you need to understand if any of your disabilities are static. Static means that the condition is more than likely not going to improve over the span of the veteran's life. Static conditions are protected in a sense. I want you to take the same logic I said about 100% P&T and apply that to your static disabilities. Which leaves us to the disabilities that are not static. And these bad boys can be lowered at any time. Here's an example of the VA lowering a rating. If you have migraines service connected at 30%, 5 years go by and the VA reviews your records. During that review, the VA finds that the veteran has not refilled their prescription for migraines. That would be evidence that the condition has improved and therefore the VA could lower that rating. Once this happens, that veteran is going to get a reduction notice in the mail. If you receive a reduction notice, it's game time. In a very perfect world, in this instance, that veteran could have gotten prescription medicine from private health insurance. They could have a migraine log and recording their migraine attacks. They could submit personal statements and buddy statements or a lay statement and get all this evidence and give it to the VA to show why this rating should not be lowered. This is the number one reason I always advise veterans to seek healthcare. Seeking healthcare kind of upkeeps your medical evidence in the event the VA wants to around and find out. In that same breath, if you are seeking healthcare, if you tell your healthcare provider that you've miraculously been healed, you never get migraines anymore, the VA will lower your migraine rating. So be cognizant of what you say. Obviously, be open, be honest, be vulnerable, be all of those things. Just remember, every time you talk to the VA, it's recorded. There is the 5, 10, and 20-year rule, and I'm going to dumb this down Cliff Note version style. At 5 years, the VA, with medical evidence, can lower your rating. The same thing applies for the 10-year rule. The 20-year rule is really the only rule that matters. If you have a rating for 20 years, the VA cannot lower that rating. Go to VA Healthcare.